So I haven't done one of these in a little while. One of the things that we were kind of waiting on, or at least I was some direction of, what kind of structure we're going to have for our classes. We finally got some kind of direction. It's been helpful to have that because it's hard to not have any direction or any structure because you don't know really what you're supposed to be doing with the classes themselves. So I'll explain kind of how we're going to go about this in the coming weeks. I mean, I don't know when or if we're going to go back, or when or if things are going to change, but this is where we're at right now. Okay. So for our online classes, there's kind of a schedule now, and I'm going to kind of try to have some more structure with, what days, what things happen, what days. Okay. And if you guys should have gotten an email about a schedule and about just kind of how we're going about things. Okay. So the first thing is our class schedule. All right. Tuesdays and Fridays are the days that you're gonna have world history. Okay. Those are the days that I'm gonna be able to put stuff on there. Mondays and Thursdays are other teachers' focus. That's their days. Okay. So what we're going to do on Tuesdays and Fridays, one day, probably a Friday, I'll do a lecture like I did early on, something like this, some notes or maybe a short video, and you'll watch that, and I'll probably assign a reading. Okay, so excuse me. So the reading, or maybe a small writing we have to do, and that'll be something that I want you to either make some comments on the page. I'll have everyone have their own copy so you can make comments, just showing that you're actively participating. So kind of, like we do with our annotating, you can annotate on the doc, you just comment on stuff, okay? So I'm going to try to do some more little projects, maybe, within a week we'll have a project, so a couple days it'll be something small. Also, what I've been trying to do, and I've been talking with some other teachers about this, my seventh graders, I've been giving them like virtual field trips, and it's kind of a video. They're all pre-made, but I talked with somebody else today about how, he did this with how he went to, say, like the Palace of Versailles, and literally on Google you can take the street view and you can like walk go through the Palace of Versailles actually in the building. So I think we're going to try to do some of that too, in the areas we're talking about, especially like now French Revolution, or we're going to talk about the Industrial Revolution soon. So I'm going to try to find some significant areas that we can go through, look at some of this stuff, and kind of maybe you can see like maybe not first-hand account, but you can see where these things happened, and it might be a little more interesting that way. Okay. On Wednesdays, though, this is something that I hope you guys will understand, and we have to have some kind of participation in this. Okay. We're going to have a live discussion on Google Meet. All right, and I will get you guys questions on Tuesday, probably Tuesday, some discussion questions that would be relating to the stuff we're doing Friday and Tuesday. I think all of our weeks will start on Friday. So like tomorrow, I'm doing this Thursday night, but tomorrow I'm going to give you an article about the Reign of Terror, which was in the French Revolution. They ended up trying to kill every person that was associated with the monarchy, and Maximilien Robespierre kind of starts this whole thing with, using the guillotine as this new tool and invention of supposed to be a way of, making executions more efficient and less, I guess, gruesome. They use it in a horrible manner, right? They execute tons of people, and that's what the Reign of Terror is called, or that's why it's called the Reign of Terror. Okay, so there's an article you'll read, and you'll have some. What I'd like you to do with it is I'd like you to kind of make some notes. I will put in the description of some things that I want you to look for, right? Some things like some significant things. So what are some things that you didn't know, but now like, wow, that's a big deal. Okay. Maybe some questions you have, and then things you didn't know, like what they were. All right. So if you didn't know what the guillotine was, what I'd like you to do is, have that word in there and find the definition and put that definition in a comment. Okay. So we'll figure that out here in a little bit, but I'll explain some more stuff with the schedule. So Wednesdays. All right. So first hour on Wednesday coming up at 8:30. I know it's a little early, guys. Sorry. First hour is going to be log on to Google Meet or Classroom, and I'll show you how to get on the Meet. And we're going to go live and chat from 8:30 to 8:50. Okay. Sixth hour. Okay. I'm going to see you guys from 10:35 to, 10:35 to 10:55. And then 8th hour is 11:25 to 11:45. So no one has to be on this on Wednesdays longer than 11:45. Okay. Some obviously have to get on earlier, but this is kind of where, this is your schedule. This will be for every class. You have to do something like this. Okay. And this is how we can kind of be accountable to the actual learning. Okay. And this, we're going to have a discussion and just kind of talk some things out. Okay. I'll explain how Google Meet works and kind of go through it quick. So your roles and responsibilities as a student. And like I said, this is all stuff that Miss Hazlett has sent out. I hope you guys have looked at it. I think I saw some people on there when I was looking at it. Okay, so this is something like establishing daily routines. That is something that I still have had a hard time doing, okay? Because we're at home, we have distractions, we have family, we have animals, we have TV, video games, phones, all this other stuff. So what my thing has been, I'm trying to do, and it's still hard for me. Don't think that it's not. It's hard for me to focus and stay on task. Okay. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to set up a time where, I'm working on certain things. That's all I'm doing. Everything else is put away. Okay. And that's what you almost have to do. Take your time. That's why we basically have tried to set up certain teachers putting in assignments on a certain day so you guys aren't overwhelmed with work. Okay. Get a place in your house where you can work effectively. And I know that, some might not have this option, but if you have a room that's separate from like your living room or your bedroom, someplace you can isolate yourself from everyone else where that's what you do in that room. Okay. And that's not the case for me. I've got my little office is in kind of my bedroom also. So it's our bedroom and I've got a little corner for the office. And then identify this space where you can, work, but also you can do your live online learning. So like Wednesdays when we're together, it's going to show you on the camera. That's what it is. I mean, that's what the Google Meet is. It's basically like just a video conference type thing. All right. Oh, and I put Durling right there instead of during. Good job. During your online learning, sit at a table somewhere that you can have a notebook out. So if you need to write some stuff down, and please wear appropriate things to the video conference, because everyone in the class is going to be able to see you. So please do that. That's my one request, I guess. Monitor all the online stuff. So like the email, Google Classroom. I'm going to make everyone's life much easier, and I'm going to get rid of Google Groups, I think. I'm going to do it all in Google Classroom, and I'll explain how to do that and what we're going to do with that. With everything else going on, Groups I thought would make things easier, but it didn't link to Classroom like I'd hoped. It didn't do the things. Yeah, it just wasn't quite what I was hoping. Okay. So we're getting rid of that. So don't even worry about Google Groups anymore. I know we took forever. It was a pain in the butt to deal with. So I apologize for that. And you guys can yell at me later when you see me next. And please try to engage in the learning honestly and not. I think this is more about the cheating aspect. Just be honest, people. There really isn't a reason why you need to cheat. we've had this is a pretty crazy situation. If you have questions, ask another student, ask a teacher. Like, we're here to help. We have a lot more time on our hands now, or at least you would think, and we can answer questions, okay? Please communicate with us if you have any problems meeting deadlines or needing additional support. Email, okay? Email, I've had, students call me. I think I put my number on there for every classroom. If you need to do that and you don't have it, email me, and I can give you my number. I'd like you to use it just for, classroom, questions like this for this purpose, And down here, so for questions about a course, assignment, or resource, obviously the teacher so myself in this case, right? A technology problem, it depends. If it's your computer, I would email Miss Hazlett. If it's, a website or something with classroom, something that is dealing with our class specifically, email me, okay? A personal, academic, or social emotional problem, we all deal with this stuff, and this is a really hard time. I'm sure people are getting kind of cooped up, and I'm feeling it too. The kind of pressures on everybody, and it's just really, this kind of can be a tough time. So if you need to email me, that's fine. Go ahead. Or Mr. Ball is also, he's the counselor, so he's one that can really help you guys with stuff too. So I will put this on Classroom also, this whole stuff here. Don't hesitate to email. I don't have as much going on as what I do on a normal day, so please contact me if you need to. Okay, so what we're going to do, and I'm going to look at this. We're going to look at the discussion, like a discussion post, okay? So I'm going to use psychology, for example, because I put a one yesterday. No, this morning. Okay. So what is learning? And I've got a few world history kids in this. So what is learning was our question. We're starting this like learning unit. Okay, so this is how we're going to do a discussion post. It's going to be a question. Okay, I can post it as a question. And what you'll be able to do is it'll just come up here. So you'll click on it. And I'll go to this part here. I'll have the question or something here, and I'll have a description. So always look at the description too. Okay, that's important. All right, student answers. So there's a lot that haven't answered yet. Okay, but what you'll do, you can put your post, and if I have you guys say, okay, I'm going to reply to Eli. All right, you can reply to that. You can put your post, your reply. It's just like the groups. It's just made it easier, I guess. That's how I should have done it in the first place. But I'm a bonehead sometimes, so there we go. All right, so with Google Meet, and this is cool, this is just something that happened yesterday. You can add the link, the Meet link for the classroom, this class. So I'm going to click on this, and it'll come to this Google Meet, and it'll bring up the camera. Oh, there we go. So I'm right here, okay? And this is going to be kind of how we're going to do our online discussion stuff. So on Wednesdays, this is where we'll be. We'll have our Google Meetup. You'll click on, I believe you can click on Join Now. It comes up with this. It'll say, all the people. You can click on that, and all the people that are in there will be here. Okay? We can also do a chat. So maybe we'll do our discussion. If we're doing something here, we can send a message in there. Okay, and that'll go to everybody. Okay, so we can come back here. You can turn off your mic, which we might have to do. We might do that since there's going to be more people, right? There'll be a lot of people in here, 20, whatever your class size is. They'll do that. I'm going to say I want your camera on because then I can tell that you're there, mostly. It's for kind of attendance purposes, I guess. And then I can also do present now, and I can present like a, like this PowerPoint I can present on there. So we can do that. That's something that's kind of nice. Let's see what else. You can change your layout. You can go full screen. I don't know how the captions work because maybe it picks it up, but we'll see. You can turn on captions. You know, all sorts of stuff. What was I going to say? I don't remember now. But we're going to do this on Wednesdays. So we'll do this, and it'll be kind of, you know, you got to be prepared for this stuff. And that's why we're going to have an assignment on Friday that will come over to, you know, end up being our discussion on Wednesday. Oh, yeah, so but one thing I was going to say was, if you go to a different tab, like right now I'm on a different tab, it'll still record you or show you what to everyone else. So make sure you're not doing something stupid like, you know, I don't know what you do at home, but whatever else. So I'm going to end that. And I hope that the pictures pop up here. They're still loading. But what we're going to do is we're going to do the Reign of Terror. So say you want to do let's just go right here. It's the Reign of Terror. All right, so I don't know what the Reign of Terror means. So you're going to highlight it, and over here you'll add comment. Okay, you'll look it up. You'll put your definition there. Okay, and then you'll just comment. Okay, so that's where I want you guys to add this stuff. It's going to be a lot easier to do that than to print it off, do all that, and you know everything else. What I don't want you to do is to resolve it, because that just makes it go away. Okay, that'll say it's resolved. I don't want that, because I want you to show. Because if I click on, if I go to this, and you guys have probably done this before, I add my comment, it'll have this little yellow. Okay, and I can click on it there, and it'll pull it up here, and I can make a comment there and feedback, because we want to do feedback more than grading, right? So that's a big thing. Okay, so that's how we're going to do our little doc. You guys know how to do the Google Meet. We'll do our comments there. Anything else I'm trying to think of that I would forget maybe? On Tuesdays, Fridays, and Wednesdays of this, you know, whole situation, I am going to be taking, so basically you doing these two things, or this stuff on Tuesday and Friday, is attendance. You logging onto Google Meet is attendance. And we're recording that, and what I'm going to do is, people that are in attendance, we email Miss Hazlett, and we email your parents, okay? And make sure that, you know, things are going okay, things aren't, you're able to get on, because we need you to be on there to show that we're actually doing what we're supposed to be doing, because we don't want to make up the time over the summer. Okay, we're doing this so we don't basically have to make up the time. We can still get some educational time in. So please put in the time and the effort, and we can really do well together. So that's all I have to say. If you have questions, email me. But yeah, tomorrow we're gonna have a reading. I'll check who's doing that stuff, and you know, that'll be our attendance. So have a good night.